Hello and welcome back to the colony with Man of the Ants, playing some more of the incredibly wonderful Empires of the Undergrowth today. So this is obviously our latest Formicarium, which we haven't done much to set up. That's fine, we're in no rush, we don't need to worry about that until we get to the Formicarium Challenge 3. And we can't do Formicarium Challenge 3 until we've gone and done the harvest, which we've had a couple of attempts at now, and not quite got there. So that's what we're going to do today. So now, as always, we're going to start off by looking through some of the comments. What I will say is, obviously, the response has been phenomenal to the Empires of the Undergrowth series. So thank you to everyone who's new that's subscribed and is commenting and liking the videos. It's really, really appreciated. What that does mean is there's currently 112 comments on the last video. So I might not be able to go through every single one with the fine-tooth comb that I have on the earlier videos in the series. So apologies if I don't get to you. But what I'll do is I'll just do a general overview of the general idea that people are saying is I think we're going to ignore, when we do the harvest, we're going to largely ignore trying to kill the queen. We're going to leave that for a different one. We'll have a go at that a different time. It didn't work out so well. We just want to get the level done. So we're going to work on the harvest. And what we're going to do basically is go by just sheer numbers alone. So I'm going to go with lots of workers to start off with, and then a bunch of medias, well, however you want to pronounce it. And then maybe towards the end, we'll get a few of the majors to help us out. And so what we largely want to be doing is just going out, getting the leaves as fast as we can, and there's a bit of a change to the plans that I had for where the layout of the nest was going to be, but we can talk about that once we actually start doing it. And generally just sort of trying to go northwest and northeast in basically straight lines from the nest, and just trying to harass the enemy lines a bit, and making sure that the food they generally go for is either not available to them, or we can harass them fairly easily just to cut their supplies off a bit. So that's the general idea. That's the general gist that most people have sort of come up with. So looking through the comments very quickly, Robert Parker, if you had a good 30 medium ants harvesting combined with 7 major group harassing enemy lines, you should be able to close the gap much faster. So that works into the whole just small harassing here and there. Pay attention into your map, says Gabe, to make sure that you're going for spots which are uncontested and predator free. A couple of people mentioned this. Sides, one of them, said that if you hold down control, you can see the plant health, which is really useful, because a couple of times I kind of abandoned areas where it looked like the plants didn't have much on them, but it's good to know there's a way of actually seeing that. So that's awesome. Daniel B said the mission is easy. So let's have a quick look at his reply there. No, the read more is what I wanted. So what he basically says is place 1 medium ant, place 2 storage for leaves and 1 for waste. I guess that's per medium ant as well as you go on. Go outside, collect some leaves, avoiding the predators, build more storage, build more workers. There's a bit of discussion on whether the minims do the eggs and the digging, and I'm pretty sure they don't. I'm pretty sure we established in the last video. We didn't really test it, but I don't think they do. So the general consensus was don't leave as many workers in the nest, particularly in the early stages. So leave maybe 2 or 3 workers in the nest doing the actual ferrying of eggs and ready there to dig if we need it. But otherwise, the 7 workers you get to start with, send them out. More workers out is more leaf coming in, which really, really matters. And I think it was Charles, I haven't got quite to come, I think it was Charles who said that, because I pointed out the difference between the costs of the workers, and that the fact the medias can carry twice as much, but they do cost 4 times as much. So I think certainly in the short term, having more workers is going to be much more beneficial. So what does he say then? Build 2 to 3 workers will be working inside. Build as many workers, about 15 to 20 until the next night, which will be gathering leaves. Build a bit more waste and start to build some more medias, trying to avoid the fights. On the second night, you should have at least 10 soldiers, and you invest into the big ones. You can go to fight with the predators. Try to balance your storage workers and waste. You can collect the leaves close to the anthill, and in the end, you can fight with the enemy. And the more minis you have, this is one of the reasons as well. I think I mentioned this in towards the end of the last video anyway, but having more workers is going to be more beneficial because you can have more minis. And there's at least one person who said, don't worry about upgrading any of the ants really, just get the numbers out there because that'll give you more minims. So rather than having, let's say you have a group of 7 workers, that gives you 7 minims. If you upgrade those 3 times, you get no minims. But if you build another 14 workers, well, then you get another 14 minims, and they can actually help with obviously the fungus growth and all that sort of thing. So that's what you really, really want to do. Oh, one thing, Cosmic Extinction mentioned, oh, don't do that. It'd be really good if you had your own public Discord server. Well, I do. I do have a Discord server, and I do have Twitter and Facebook and all those things as well, though Twitter and Facebook are largely mirror copies of each other, so it doesn't really matter which one you go on, although obviously you could do everything, why not? But if you look down in the description, there are links to all of the social media nonsense things that I do, so check that out if you want to. I don't often mention it in videos, but because because Cosmic Extinction particularly mentioned it, I thought I would as well. Something that came up a lot was moving the refuse area away from the main nest, so TM Industries mentioned it, and a whole bunch of other people that did as well, so I'll try and get to a couple of them at least. So if you remember last time I saw a couple of my workers getting poisoned and I wasn't too sure why they were getting affected, well, that was because they were touching the refuse. So the general idea I think I'm going to go for is putting the refuse at the very bottom of the map and have that connected to the nest chambers, and then have the nest chambers connected to the queen. So the minions can run through and deal with the waste, but then the ants, the other ants, the workers and the media, should hopefully never go down into it. So that's what I'm thinking in my head. That's what someone else mentioned as well. Now, put your leaf storage at the entrance. Try to get more majors to collect the leaves, says Cornish ants. So that's a bit more down my way, down in Cornwall. Hello, Cornish ants. Try to get more majors to collect these because they can hold more than the medias, and it's more time efficient. It is more time efficient, I'm sure, but you also need 150 food to get them in the first place, which is a little bit of a struggle, particularly in the early stages. And this goes back to what we said early on. CT says trying to get the leaves closest to the enemy so you can use their supply of leaves. As I'll say, a few people said that. Euros Ossium had a fairly lengthy explanation of what to do, so I won't go through all of it. It says speed is key, get a ton of food, or you need a ton of food space in this mission. Normal workers are not ideal for it, but every single nursery helps your food cap. So again, that also goes with the whole not upgrading stuff so much as well. Get a single group of 30 workers, gives you around 600 food plus whatever you may awake, blah, blah, blah. Make your leaf storage very close to the worker section. A 7-tile storage isn't bad, and if you have things well in hand, it should be emptied very fast. Of course, a large one would help if you have a massive influx all in one go. Around 15 or more refuse piles would come in handy. With some luck and upgrades, you shouldn't need more, but a huge garbage bin would ensure the dead fungus dies quickly. And as soon as you can do some medium and large ants, or as soon as you can do, make medium and large ants, but do not forget your objective is making food. While the investment is very worth it, you need to be able to indeed make said food. You can ignore attacking for the first day, maybe even the second if you're lucky, but afterwards you should have enough workers and speed generating fungus that an army, one you can upgrade, to level 3, should be able to take out. The enemy queen has a huge surplus of food and quite a large army, so I do not think anything under 50 soldiers, which we kind of learnt last time to our detriment, didn't we? Aristeo Vega, again, just setting basically just a huge amount of major ants. Don't worry too much about the major, so just going for the numbers. Where are we? King Keeping and Gaming asked, do you know who the creators of Empires of the Undergrowth are? So if you're not aware, I don't know if it says it on the menu bit here anywhere. It does, but the creators of it are Slug Disco. They are a British company. They are fantastic. This is the only game they've done, and it's brilliant. And it is in early access. It was also kickstarted as well, I believe, back in the day. So if you do think you'd enjoy the game, I would recommend giving it a try. There is a demo as well. I very, very rarely mention this, but there is a demo available for the game, I think, on itch.io, if I remember correctly. I will try to remember to put a link down below, but there's a good chance I'll forget. So if I do forget, you can just Google it, Empires of the Undergrowth demo, give the game a try yourself. It is also the newest version of the game for the demo, so you can try out the leaf cutters, I believe, as well. So have a go at that. Slender Brian, and this is a couple of people said things like this. He said get 10 majors and 20 mediums, having them camp at the enemy's base as early as possible, and then using workers and mediums to gather leaves. So what that basically does is it just locks the enemies into their nest, and then you can just complete the level at your own pace, I guess, really. So what else have we got here? A couple of other people, Memeable, saying don't place your refuse. So he actually used the phrase dump hole, which I really liked. Don't place the dump hole so close to the queen, but it's really not the queen that's the issue, it's more the workers, but it is a good point. Don't do that. Take the food from where you are attacking. So you send all your ants, some on food duty and the rest on attack, and go into the enemy food supplies. So you can limit their food supply while increasing yours, and then you retaliate when you retreat. That's from Sans Lover. Where else have we got? Kill the queen quickly to win easily. I'd love to do that, Mohammed. Thank you. That's what I tried last time. Didn't go so well. A couple of people have actually said they bought the game because of my series, and that's brilliant. That really is good. I Obviously, I do this just for my own fun and enjoyment pretty much, but if it brings other people into the game, particularly a game like this, which is a small development company, and I think, you know, the more people get it, the better the game's going to get. So that's really good. So thank you so much, Lady Kryptonite, for investing in the game. A. Carlo has been said, increase your numbers quickly, which is sort of what he said before. Building more than 7 media and major ants is a waste of time. Build 2 groups of workers, go left and right from the beginning, and just basically smash out as much as you can. So try 19 workers, he says, 7 media and 7 majors. I don't know if that's 2 groups of 1977 or if it's one group that split the 19 into 2 somehow. We'll see. What else we've got? Again, sorry, I'm skipping quite a lot of these, which are a bit more wordy and they don't immediately get, like, I can't see it in the first few words. So apologies again if I am missing your comments, but there are a lot. Mr. Said. It's not Seed. I remember it wasn't Seed. I think it's Mr. Said. Mr. Said usually says you need a full chamber of miners before anything to create more minions to process the leaves, which again, the comments goes hand in hand with what a lot of other people have been saying. And a few people said this: put your leaf store where the first beetle larva is and create 2 corridors from it, one to the entrance and one towards the nurseries. So that's what I said. We'll have a look at that when we get into the level. Rachel says put the refuge where you usually put the leaves and dig out the area with 1 roach in and make that your food area. Comment just backing that up again. And Martin Sidville said, why do you do so much planning? I did this pretty easy. Well, I did so much planning at the end of it because I was struggling a little bit. So I wanted to try and get it in my head where I was, essentially. What does he say after that? The only thing that makes mages better is their tier 3 passive ability, and you're not going to upgrade them, so just totally ignore them, which again, a few people have pretty much said. And then he talks a bit about the Formicarium challenge, but we're not too bothered about... Are we? Sorry, I hit the mute button as I was doing that for some reason. Right then, so... we can come out of this, we can get straight into the game, blah, 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 blah. The music's quite loud. I think, who was it that mentioned this? I think it was A. Carlos said that almost every time, it's the stuns we're going for, isn't it? Almost every time I start the game, I sort of internally wince and then vocalize the fact that the narrator is very loud in my ear. So I'm going to be a bit more on the ball today and turn the volume down before I actually load the game up. All right then, so here we go. So we're going to try and bash this out as quick as we can. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to go straight up there.
This young queen has successfully raised her first daughters beneath the leaf litter of the rainforest floor.
We're going to dig this bit out.
The nutritious fungus she fed them as
Are these 3 workers enough to take care of the
food quickly? They will all starve.
Well, people are saying put your food storage here. I guess it must be, right? Let's turn that off. We put these in the first group. Oh, we have got a few of them now, so it should be okay.
European devil's coach horse. Despite a few million years of
so this is where we will put our first leaf store,
appetite,
and then
sharp pincers, and most importantly,
so basically what I'm thinking is right. So taking care of that. So we're going to go outside and dig that up. So we'll have a bunch of chambers around here. Right, let's get these ones out straight away whilst we can. Get some leaves in, and we'll come back to that in a second. So we'll have the sort of what these ones here, and then we'll have like a refuse pile here.
The workers have located a patch of young seedlings, just what they were looking for.
And then we'll make like a little corridor between these 2. If we think about where this would go. So we could just link the 2. No, we don't want to link the nest though, do we? So do we actually want this a further one down, I think. So we can come off of here. And not affect that. That's what we want to do. Right, we've got a few leaves coming in, so let's do this.
The harvested leaf chunks are not eaten directly. Instead, they are used by the very smallest minim workers to cultivate a nutritious
So that'll basically go there. That's what we're going to do. And then we'll have like a little shortcut straight down to our refuse section. So let's get some workers on the go. Get those in there. In fact, no, we'll swap them around for now. We'll do that. We need to build more leaf storage. We need to dig this out a bit as well. I think that's right there, isn't it? could probably just leave that for the moment.
Outside the nest have not gone unnoticed.
Right, so let's move them over to this side because there's a predator over there. So let's send them over that direction. I'm fine with that. Let's build some more leaf store. Sort of like that. And did I do the first refuse? I didn't. We really need to get on the refuse, don't we? Okay, so whilst there's nothing much else for these guys to do, let's send them outside. And then they can build the refuse, I suppose, or maybe we should leave them there for a second. That guy's going to go and do it anyway. That guy's going to do it anyway. Let's leave them where they are. Perfect. And the minims are going to take the refuse down there and start getting that down, which is perfect. We've got some leaves coming in, which is also obviously perfect. They didn't quite finish off the leaf store, but that's fine for the moment. Let's just get rid of all of these. We've seen all of these before. So the general idea is we're going to get a few going. Oh, they've gone and got into a fight. I'm actually going to turn off their attack.
Purpureus has subdued one of the workers. This expert solo hunter combines extreme agility.
Let's put these guys back down here,
vision, allowing it to pounce on unsuspecting prey. With
so the general plan is that we'll get ourselves vaguely settled, and then we'll head up to this patch here. And up to this patch here, because that seems to be where the enemy goes. Or maybe we'll go straight for these two. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But that is the general plan. May as well get those three dug out. We've got workers down here. Right, let's get this chamber dug out and get it connected to the refuse pile as well. And then we want to connect this up there, which I forgot to do, so we should get that done now so they can come straight into the leaf store when they bring them in. Something else that a few people mentioned, apologies I missed your comments when I went through it the first time. Let's get that done first, that's a bit more important. Is the option of speed tiles, which I haven't really used much. And I think I might not have seen the comments, I think they're on different videos entirely. But I haven't used speed tiles much as a general resource in-game during the actual missions. But when you've got so many minims and everything like that around, it's probably going to be a lot more useful in this sort of circumstance.
The most accessible leaves are located to the north of the
So that's an option. Like you could get these here and so they can get the refuse down a bit faster. So yeah, so I think there is a lot of good reason.
These nests places the two colonies in direct competition with one another.
We were lucky there, we didn't breach that. It's good to know that we didn't.
Potential to grow
that's a possible
great empire, and which will submit to the unforgiving law of the Undergrowth.
I have coughed a few times. I've been trying to mute it as I go, but I do forget. I don't always pick up on those things when I am editing, so apologies if I've missed it. Right, let's add these to a new group of 2s, and let's send these over here. And then these ones will become our workers in the nest for the moment until they get to be a full group as well. So our refuse is fairly full already, so let's do a bit of an upgrading over here. I thought it cost 5 to upgrade. It does cost 5 to upgrade. We need to keep on top of that, because obviously I think it basically maxes out the refuse fairly quickly anyway, but we need to try and make sure we've got as much headroom there as we possibly can. That's the way I'm looking at that. So obviously the quicker they can get the refuse off of the fungus farms, the quicker they can actually get food generating. So I think it is very important to get as much out there as possible. So this little setup is working very nicely. I'm happy with this. Very happy with how this is working so far. And obviously we are a little bit under where we should really be, but that's fine. We're going to send the ones over here because there's a big old nasty coming over this way. We haven't even looked outside yet, but there's not really a direct reason we need to. We just want to try and focus on getting Antz built as fast as possible, get as much leaf in as we can, and then we will go and take over this area here. But there is this big old thing here which is in our way, so we might have to worry about that a little bit. What we can do if we chest up the older... look at that, look, shows you the health and all the food in the plants. Yeah, I never knew that before. I suppose that does that with general food as well, but I've only ever used the alt, not the control. That's very useful to know. Thank you to the people that pointed that out to me. Right, how are we doing? Got a little bit of food. A little bit of food. What am I doing? This is what I'm doing. So we'll get these two done, and then we'll increase at least one of these. I'm tempted to do two lots of 19 workers, you know, I think. Just get all the minims we can. Right, so let's increase the size of this chamber. The refuse is doing okay. The leaf store's doing okay because the leaves are coming out so fast anyway. We've got a nice amount of food generating, so we can straight away get down building a few ants, which is wonderful. Get more minims, get more workers out there harvesting those delicious leaves. We'll have to keep an eye on if they do get attacked by something. We might have to turn on their attack just to get rid of that particular threat. So whilst well, there's a couple more we can build before they can ferry the eggs. So we're going to ferry the 2 eggs over for these and build these, and then we'll extend this chamber. Let's do this one as well.
As the sun sets below the horizon and the thick rainforest canopy shrouds all but the slightest glimmer of moonlight, the predators of the night begin to emerge.
Okay, so hopefully it'll be okay this first night, and we'll just get a chance to get as many of these things built as possible. We do need to look at where we're going to put our... So space, if we put the thing there. So perhaps... Yeah, there. That's where we'd put our... First, and hopefully it won't break into that. That's the only worry. It might just break into that, mightn't it? Which would be a bit annoying, a bit frustrating. Let's swap these 2 over so that the nursery chamber ones are back in the nursery. Right, and look at this. Look, our refuse is filling up again. Doesn't last long, does it? But we can expand this a little bit. It doesn't matter too much that it's not the perfect... Do I want to go this way? Yeah, we should be fine there. I don't think that'll breach the other side. If it does, we should just panic. Do you have a bit of food to spend as well? Because that's coming in thick and fast. Let's get that done. In fact, we can start extending that one as well. Right, let's get this refuse built. We need to keep on top of this. Yeah, it's a lot more space there in the store. That's good. Let's just do these ones as well while they're there. Ideal. That'll push it up to over 500. So yes, lots of stuff going on. We're not really being bothered by predators over here, which is good. We've got lots and lots of plant food, or leaf over there still as well. The enemy are 400 ahead of us, but that's not bad. I think we're normally much further away at this point. So we've got lots of minims around doing the work. How did you get poisoned by the refuse, you douchebag? I suppose it is relatively close to that, but I thought they wouldn't go down that far. Prove me wrong, won't you, you stupid ants? What's wrong with you? You're basically dead now. Idiots. Right, it's enough moaning about those clowns. So we've almost got our full 19 over here as well, which is going to be great. That's a full 38 going out and just gathering leaves for us as fast as they can. We should probably look at upgrading our leaf store. And also building the speed tiles here and here. And let's do what we vaguely talked about and put a couple of speed tiles there as well. Just to increase the flow of food coming in. And we will, maybe we should, yeah, if we just do this as well while we're here. At least that gets the food into the chambers a little bit faster, doesn't it? Okay, okay. Feeling good about this, feeling good about this. There's still only 400 ahead of us at the moment. Is that the full 19? That's going to be the full 19, isn't it? Yeah, so let's pop another... Oh, not that. Let's pop a speed tile there, and let's pop a speed tile. We might as well do both of those, haven't we? And then we'll just expand the refuse out in this direction if we need to, rather than going further up. Right then, so let's dig this out and get some meteors on the go as well. Oh, yeah, okay, so we do have a bit of a problem here. Let's try and bring the 1s in and turn their attacks on. Get rid of these. In fact, let's bring the 2s. Oh, let's just add that to that group. That'll do it.
There are intruders in the nest.
And they should take care of them fairly fast, I'm hoping. And it does also keep the size of this chamber, so we haven't lost out on the size particularly. Oh, I suppose when we expand it, though, it's going to be a... Well, if we expand it, it's going to be a pain. Maybe we don't expand it. Maybe that's the lesson there. Right, 1s back outside. Put those over there. Put those in the group of 1s. Almost got enough to do another one. Almost. There we go. So, how's this going? Can we upgrade anything down here? Let's upgrade these. Oh, that's why they would have gone down there, because I told them to do some work. So I take it back, little ant that I got angry at. It is fine that you went down into the refuse pile. It makes perfect sense. How are we doing out here? Is there still food around? There's a little bit. There's not much now, is there? We're going to have to send them over in a different... Well, we'll start heading up here is what we'll actually do. Particularly now that we've got these medias on the go as well. There's a little bit left there yet, so we'll keep it going for the moment. Oh, did I leave the 1s downstairs? Oh, I did. Oh, shoot. I can't go a whole video without making a silly mistake, can I? Oh, no. That'd be crazy. Well, again, what I should have done, I should have been more sensible, put them in a 3rd group. So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll get a 3rd group and we'll put the 3 marker down here. So if we need to pull them back quickly, we can just stick them over in the 3 group. That's what we'll do. They're only 200 ahead of us. This is going well. This is going well. I'm happy with this. So what I'm going to do, I think, is rather than getting 2 of these groups, 19 of those together, I'm going to build a separate chamber, which we're going to have to do because we don't want to go through... Oh, that's not going to work because it's going to... Suppose we could put it over here, couldn't we? That would work, yeah. So it's there, and then so if we do this, that works, doesn't it? Yeah, and then it's just connected to the leaf chamber, which works out fine. It's a little bit further from the queen, but we can live with that. And in terms of refuse... Oh, it's a bit of a pain. We could put a speed tile there, though. We could do that, couldn't we? It's perhaps a little bit wasteful, but we should be okay. Right, are you struggling with food now over here? You are. Okay, right. 1s and 2s head over there. In fact, no, 2s. 2s just go over to the side there where it's a bit closer. And then the 3 group we'll put down there. Oh yeah, God, way too long I left them because they've got no leaf at all. I'm not going to put the other one down because that one won't hatch. So these guys should bring in some leaf fairly quick sharp, shouldn't they? I'm annoyed that's breached that, but we'll live with it. It's already 19 big. We're unlikely to upgrade them as well, so all we really want is a quick route for the minions to bring the refuse down. Alright, so they're bringing some leaf in. Good, good, good. Let's upgrade some of that while we're there.
Daybreak has arrived, and the creatures of the night scurry back to the dark crevices of the undergrowth.
We have left their
Antz,
attack on, haven't we?
Objectives of
I think that's fine.
Unchanged.
Now that we've got some medias in there as well, I'm not too bothered by that.
Supply lines and process leaves. There is no time for rest.
And now that they are venturing further out as well, I don't think it's that bad of an issue.
One of the ants has fallen prey to a young leaf mimic praying mantis. Once in range, its long razor-clad forelegs
It's actually turned into a leaf.
Pale victims with lightning speed.
That's cool. Let's just continue sending them. Let's go up here, but let's look for where we are up here. If we send them to like here, just to really get in the face of those other ones. There's that jumping spider. Where did that leaf mantis go? I don't know. Doesn't like he'll last too much longer, so that's all good. Our food is starting to trickle. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. We've got lots of food, actually. Let's get some ants on the go, shall we? And let's stick those in this group. Ideal. How are we doing this? Well, they got a bit further away again. That's because we had that silly little mistake, didn't we? But I think we'll start catching up again soon enough. Not too bothered. Not too bothered. We're going to start annoying these in a bit as well and disrupting their food gathering process, which is really what we want.
Has fallen prey to a wandering harvestman.
I thought they were a night creature.
Long, slender legs keep its vulnerable body elevated high above the leaf litter, and when threatened, it can release strong-smelling odors to deter other predators.
So what we could do...
A stern response will be needed to drive this striding nuisance away.
So we're getting a bit complicated. We could put the 3 marker over here.
These leaves are contested. The leafcutters will
turn their food gathering off.
But today there's too much at stake. Only a strong show of force will deter the opposing colony.
So we actually just go and attack the enemy a little bit. Or not, mate. Or not, whatever. The 2s we can leave as they are, because there's not really anything down there. How are we doing in terms of everything? Oh, we've got lots of food. Well, that guy's gone miles. So maybe we should put the 3s down here to gather a little bit of momentum before we go up there any further. And we really need to get in here and build some stuff. They're only 300 ahead of us now. We're catching up a little. Where are my 3s? There's no one there yet. Why is there no one there yet? We can send the 1s a bit further down to keep them out of harm's way for the moment. Oh, I didn't turn the food gathering off. Whose did I turn off? Oh my god, the 1s. Oh, you guys must be just champing at the bit with how silly I'm being today. But we're doing okay still. I'm not too bothered. Like I say, we're doing okay. Let's get in a fight.
The ants will fight to the death.
Oh, it's a bit one-on-one really, isn't it? Because we don't have many here. What are you fighting over here? Oh, the huntsman. Ah, that's why we haven't got many over here, because they're getting distracted. So we actually probably will lose this fight. Which is a little bit of a shame, isn't it? We are fighting on 3 fronts over here as well, which is a bit of a pain. How are the 2s doing? Where's the 2 marker? They are struggling a little bit for food, aren't they? There's a little bit down here, so let's move them down this way a little bit. That huntsman is still annoying us, isn't he? There's a fairly large group of medias there, so we'll have to worry about those in a moment. We need to get rid of this huntsman because he's proven to be a pain in the arse, isn't he? And we need to look at upgrading.
Overwhelmed by the defensive leafcutter forces, the harvestman decides to make a swift
and this one's a
exit.
bit of a shame because of the silly shape of this thing, but let's start getting more medias over here. Alright, 3s. And we've got a few of you together now. 3 of you. 4 of you. Don't know where the rest of you are, but okay, that's fine, whatever. So you guys just want to camp around here, really. And we'll send the 1s up in this direction, just to try and cut off their food supply a little bit up here. Is that huntsman again? Oh, it is. He's been a right pain, isn't he? You're probably struggling for food. Let's send the 2s up to this middle bit. So I know the 3s are just standing around now, but I'm just trying to make sure that the enemy doesn't get too much from this side. There are some more coming. There is also a major in play as well.
Leafcutters aren't the only ants nearby. Whilst the 2 atta colonies joust for territory,
Was that up this side?
Bowery, trap jaws.
That's fine. We should be fine there.
They can be
So yeah, the
found
enemy
hunting
ants have gone
alone
down
in
to this
small
center bit
packs for
here, so we've
vulnerable
completely cut off
vertebrates to
this
take
part,
back to their nest.
which is fine. So let's
They
just stick
use
those over
snapping
there
jaws
for
to
now, so they can
bludgeon
go
their
gathering some
targets,
food as
exerting
well.
300 times their body weight in a single blow.
So we are catching up. How are we doing here? Maybe we need to look at expanding our refuse a little bit. Can anything be upgraded? Yeah, they are coming down straight down there. That's good. That's awesome. So once these have kind of decimated this area, we'll start sending them up into this territory up here. In fact, now we'll wait until we've got the full 19. We start expanding the other side, the other group of medias as well. Yeah, our refuse is definitely piling up a bit. Might even do another row there as well. Our leaf store is doing fine. We can upgrade another. Let's upgrade that one as well. Why not, eh? Why not? And let's put a speed tile there.
The battle has begun.
The battle has begun. Against pesky trapjaws. So we should be okay. So there's another 3 medias coming down. There's enough medias down here as well that you'd have thought they would be able to deal with this without too much problem. Too much trouble is what I was going for, but I forgot the word all of a sudden. We've got lots of food again as well. So let's start doing this. Let's expand this one out. Ready to do that because that's very nearly there. Let's upgrade that one. Let's build some more refuse here. Oh, sorry, hit the mic stand. That's my bad. How are we doing? Oh, we've almost caught up to them. Look, that's awesome. So we've got a full 18. We've got a full 18. That's because they haven't built that one yet. That's fine. But we can start building some over this side. How are we doing? There's a little bit of food there. Not much. Not much at all. There are some big ones down here, though. So let's start sending them down here. Stick the 3s back in that group as well. The 2s have pretty much devastated this. Now that we're growing that group a little bit, wait for a few of these to hatch, and then we'll go and annoy these guys up here, which cuts off another part of their food supply. Let's upgrade all of those. And what I think I'll do as well is I'll put movement tiles like
cloak of darkness,
here.
Velvet worms, bush crickets, and
because these are actually the sort of shared routes between these over here.
Of the trail will likely
well, we can also do like this, can't we? Didn't really consider that before, but yes, we can dig a tunnel through there as well, so they can get through there nice and quick. Okay. Yeah, because again, our refuse is filling up fast, isn't it? We don't have much in there, but obviously, again, the more you have in there, the more fungus you can't grow. Alright, the 2s are milling about. Let's start sending the 2s up here, because they are starting to devastate this area a bit anyway. We have this bit down here, but we'll leave that as our sort of emergency fund for afterwards. We haven't got enough to build anything else. Okay, how we doing? How we doing? How we doing? I think we're doing okay. We've almost caught up. We are very close. The closest I think we've ever been, which is nice, isn't it? So the 2s are going to come over here. They're going to really annoy these guys by taking these big plants here, which are the last 2 big plants in this area, actually. So I'll just focus on this.
The leafcutters have clashed northeast of the nest.
How are the 1s doing? There's still a good amount of food over here. We're fine over that side. We've taken over. We have taken over, I think, for the first time ever.
Bush cricket has spotted the ants.
Oh, bugger.
Its thorax and appendages are adorned with sharp, protruding spikes, offering 360 degrees of protection and turning its substantial forelegs into a pair of deadly flails. This spiny devil will not easily be deterred.
And there's another one there as well. Okay, so let's get a 4th group going as well and turn off the food gathering on that. These ones are a bit of a pain. These ones are a bit of a pain. But this is the price you pay for doing stuff at night, isn't it? I can build a fair few more ants down here, which is lovely. Our refuse is doing okay as well. Although with these new ones, we might have to expand it a little bit. So that is a full 19 of everything now.
From one of their
How is this going?
They may have been easily startled this time.
The 3s are okay, so we'll put those over there. The 4s are still fighting. The 4s are still fighting. Although they are getting there. They're not going to quite do it this time, are they? These guys should be able to take... Oh, there's another one. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. You're having a laugh, sunshine. Well, that's a shame, isn't it? So what I think I might do is I might send the 2s over there for now. The 3s, if we can just sort of regroup, that's the word I was looking for, not recoup. He's come right for the nest, he's come right for the nest. Let's stick these guys in the 4th group as well, because that's a problem for us. Well, they're just fighting a leg, aren't they? So this should be all-out war against these crickets here. Oh, there's some trap jaws there getting in the way as well. It's all kicking off at the moment, isn't it? I sent them to the wrong group. Ah, bugger. Another mistake. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I know that it's frustrating when silly things like this happen. I know. It's frustrating for me as well. Right, so hopefully this won't take too much longer. This is really affecting our leaf and food production, and they're creeping ahead again. Oh my word. Where are all of my... Oh, they're not growing. Okay, let's just do this. We're not hatching anything, are we? Because we're not getting any food and there's no leaves coming in, so we're not hatching anything. Oh my word, this is terrible. This is terrible. Is this one guy going to ruin everything?
Loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
This one guy's going to ruin everything. Nothing's touching him. Oh no! I was doing so well. Oh, I am devastated. I am absolutely devastated.
The queen is in imminent
Oh,
danger.
you son of a bitch. Oh, damn it. Damn it. So you've got one little ant out there who's just lost, apparently. Oh, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I don't know why the minions aren't moving this couple of leaves we do have around. Are they freaking out because it's getting attacked? Is that the problem? So we've got this one ant that's come in. This one ant is our own, but he went for it straight away and it's dead. So I guess we'll just sit here and watch our queen slowly die. I don't know why she doesn't attack. Surely she would attack as well. The queen should attack. Slug Disco, take notice.
The ants must protect
the queen should attack a little bit. Yeah, they would if they could, narrator. You person. You frustrating person.
The queen is dead. Her royal guard was slaughtered and her chambers unceremoniously ravaged.
I am so devastated with that. Seriously, I was doing so well. I was so happy with how that had gone. Oh. Oh, that is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Alright, well, let's go again. Bit of extra food, please. Oh, that's not extra food, that's just the food. Oh, dearie me. I'm a bit shell-shocked. I'm a little bit shell-shocked. I know the spiny crickets are a pain. I was not expecting spiny cricket to completely ruin everything. Let's not do that quite yet.
Successfully raised her first daughters beneath the leaf litter of the rainforest floor. The nutritious fungus she fed them as larvae is now dwindling. If they don't find food quickly, they will all starve. The juicy grubs nearby are a staple meal for many underground opportunists, but for now at least, they will go ignored. This budding Atacephalotus leafcutter colony has only one viable source of food, and it must be collected above ground.
Absolutely gutted. Oh. So that'd be there, and then space, and then there. So it is directly down. Let's do that one first. Expansion, space. I think we decided we wanted to leave another gap, didn't we, for some reason? Oh, because of the expansion, space, space. And yeah, we'll do like a 7 there for the refuse. We won't need all 7 straight away, though, so we should do that. We'll do that one as well, actually. Right. Workers, ho. Where's no one digging out this? Someone come and dig out this. Oh, it's because I haven't put them on the right group. Ah, but they did put stuff down then. So they did build stuff even though they weren't in the digging group. Maybe that's just that was already placed before they were moved in there. Oh, I'm going to be all over the place now. You thought it was shaky last time. Oh, it's going to be just a disaster this time, I'm telling you.
The small scouting party of minor workers could lead any number of deadly jungle creatures back to their undefended queen. They will need time and luck on their side. The workers have located a patch of young seedlings, just what they were looking for. The leaves are soft enough to be sliced up with ease and carried back to the nest.
Right, yeah, sorry, I'm not talking very much because I'm so bloody frustrated with everything right now. Oh.
Harvested leaf chunks are not eaten directly. Instead, they are used by the very smallest minim workers to cultivate a nutritious fungus.
So they do still bring the leaves back if the leaf store full. They just drop them nearby, which is quite useful. We will build some more leaves as soon as we can, or some more leaf store, I should say. There we go. And we need some more refuse pretty quick sharp as well, don't we? Alright, there's a predator just there. We'll keep an eye on him. We might need to jump back into this section over here in a minute. Still reeling from that atrocity that happened last time. Yeah, he's got quite close.
The activities outside the nest have not gone unnoticed. They are being watched.
It's still bothering me. Oh my word. This isn't right, is it? Didn't we have it so we could have a path through here last time? So is this too... So, entrance, or let's get another worker built. So that space, this is where the next bit's going to be. So then the middle would be here. So that's exactly where I just had it, isn't it? But I could do with that being one lower. Sort of like that. And then that means we can get a path, so we still have one there. And then you can still get a path through for the next chamber over here. Okay. So that's done, so we're going to start building this chamber here now. We may as well dig this route out to the refuse as well. We need to look at upgrading. Oh, we can just build some more refuse, in fact. Because that's getting quite scarily high up there, isn't it? Right, there's a predator on the other side, so we'll go to the other way.
Entrance. However, another Atta colony has already laid claim to them. The close proximity of these nests places the two colonies in direct competition with one another. Time will tell which has the potential to grow.
Turn off their attacks. If they do come across something, they won't bother doing anything silly. Twos will send in the same direction. We'll turn off their attackers. All the way around. Silly Billy. Sorry for the scare there, people. I'm sure there are a few people there just furiously screaming at their screens. What are you doing? Not that one! That guy's getting a little close. We'll keep an eye. We'll keep an eye. We need to look at possibly extending the refuse. Oh, no, we're doing refuse store again. Right, that guy's drying over there, so we'll send him back in the other direction now. It's 400 ahead. We can't really afford to go more than 5, is my my thinking. Come on, one more food. One more food. Come on, one more food. What are you doing? Need another food. There we go. And we're now almost 500 behind. What did I just say? What did I just say, game? It's like you're listening to me. Taunting me. Oh, that guy just died. Must have got poisoned from the refuse. Maybe it's best to just do as much at once down here. Just so you don't run the risk of too much poison impact. Now, let's get rid of all of these. They are not important for us. And actually, now that's full, we can swap those two. In fact, we should have had that one over there, shouldn't we? That's what we should have done. Not that it matters so much now, because we're going to very shortly have the last one over there. But for the sake of completeness, I suppose. Send the ones and the twos over there, because he swapped sides. Get that one going. The refuse is being taken care of. Lovely. What I might do is I might just do... We're going to want that one gone? It doesn't matter really, does it? I might just dig out a bit more. More, you say? More, I say. And I could be upgrading these, but like I say, I want to try and maybe just do a batch at once. And we can upgrade a whole batch at once when it gets a little bit close again. Right, all of those are done, so we need to look at upgrading the first of these. Or increasing the size of, not upgrading so much. Get some more minims on the go, of course, which is always helpful.
As the
now,
sun sets below the horizon,
swap these two over.
The thick rainforest canopy shrouds all but the slightest glimmer.
I wonder where they all going over on.
The
going
predators
that
of the
far
night
south.
begin to emerge.
We are over 500 behind at this point, but we should hopefully start catching up a little bit now that we've got a few more ants on the go. We're a bit more settled, we're a bit calmer. We're starting to get over the massive injustice that was the last level. which is how I'm going to refer to it. It is a massive injustice. It should not have happened. I'm furious beyond words. Stupid spiny crickets. Did I call them sprickets? I don't know. Spiny crickets is what they are. That's what I meant to say. They don't deserve their real name. What we will also do is we'll start getting our first speed tiles in place. Just to get the leaves in that little bit faster. Those are the most important speed tiles. It doesn't matter so much about the leaves coming out of there unless it's in danger of filling up. So let's just get the leaves in there as fast as possible. We might have to actually do what we didn't do last time, which is maybe put a few around the entrance, because some of them do seem to come from the various sides as well. So that should help out with that. That's getting close to being done, so let's get this build in. Well, there's no space there for it to come into the refuse. So yeah, this is in a completely different area to last time. It must have been up and to the left. Then how did they come through? I must have had this up, I guess. So it's all gone a little bit different to last time, hasn't it? Unfortunately. But if we're not going to upgrade it, maybe it's not so much of an issue. Right, so our numbers are going okay. They are, I don't know what the massive difference here is, but they are storming ahead of us this time. Don't know why. Don't know why that's happened, but it's happened. Can't figure out why this isn't. It couldn't have been any higher up. It must have been this must be one down, but then I don't think it is. I'm sure that was there. I don't know. It's a mystery, isn't it? It's a blooming mystery is what it is. Maybe this was one further over to the side. Maybe I placed that one first and then thought that one is no, because I wouldn't put that one that far over. I don't know. I don't know. If we struggle again, I'll have to go back and look at my placement, because I was very happy with the nest layout last time. I'd like to keep that the way it was, ideally. So these are almost done, so we do need to start looking at getting our first set of medias together. Medias, however you want to pronounce it. So, space, edge of nest. So it'd be there. Which we think is going to break into there again, but that's fine. Whatever happens, happens. We will bring the... In fact, no, we won't bring the ones in there. That's silly. What we'll do is we'll add the ones to the nursery, or add them to the new group for now. In case this does kick off. And that's the 3s I should have had there, and the ones... Oh, it hasn't. We've done that slightly differently. That's fine. So the ones can go back out there, and there's still plenty of food out there for them to get as well. So they are 7 ahead of us now, which is just great. That's just perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see. 700 ahead, or 600-ish. If we start getting some medias in, they start getting some food a bit faster, that might not be too bad. And maybe here what I can do is I can actually have another group of 7 down here, because we need a direct... We could have a direct route down, couldn't we? Unless we're going to expand them. So we couldn't have a direct route down. We could have it just clipping this, maybe? I don't know. We'll have a think on that. So if that goes there... So I had a space there, and I clipped this. I might have to clip a couple. So would it be... No, I'd have to go one further down than that, wouldn't it? It would be there, which is definitely going to break into that. We did have to deal with that before, and this would improve our... it wouldn't improve our thoroughfare, would it? Because we want them to be... And we can't fit a full... Can't fit a full-size one over there. And while I'm doing that... We are hoovering up food that we can use up. So maybe we'll just have to put it over here and just take this side out. I think that's what we might have to do. Because we could do that, couldn't we? It's far from an ideal solution. But it will probably... Oh, hold up. Oh, okay, that's fine. I wonder what they were digging for a second. So it couldn't go there. Couldn't go any further over, so it's going to have to go up another one. And like I said, I'm making silly mistakes. I'm making silly mistakes because I'm frustrated. So I'm making silly mistakes, and I do apologise. That's that first 7 done. So... I suppose we don't have to come up. We can't just come from the leaf nest, right? Let's just do that. Let's just do that, and they can just go through there. And then that'll be their route to the refuse. See, it's a little different to last time, but we can live with it. The refuse store is doing okay. But if we just have like a mass upgrade of as many of these as possible, that'd be a huge boost. And then these workers won't have to be down there very long either. That's my thinking. They are now 800 ahead of us. Is that because I've been stupid again? Oh my, I might as well just give up on this, I think. Might as well just give up on this right now. I've been nothing but disastrous. I'm so sorry. Well, if they get to like, if they start to get like 1,000 or more ahead of us, then we'll start thinking about just stopping and starting again, because... And maybe I won't even show this one, because I've already been recording for an hour now.
Fallen prey to a young, leaf-mimic praying mantis. Once in range, its long, razor-clad forelegs can ensnare and impale victims with lightning speed.
Don't know if I'm going to deal with this. We'll have a go, though. It's down to about half health. We might be okay, but we just need these medias to come up here, really.
Daybreak has arrived, and the creatures of the night scurry back to the dark crevices of the undergrowth. For the ants, however, the objectives of the day remain unchanged. Locate vegetation, defend supply lines, and process leaves.
So let's start sending the ones. Turn their attack on? Yeah, let's turn their attack on, I think. They're going to start running straight into this spider. That huntsman.
A brightly patterned
that spider. But we want to start getting these leaves over here, I think.
Subdued one of the workers. This expert solo hunter combines extreme agility with incredible forward vision, allowing it to pounce on unsuspecting prey with pinpoint accuracy.
So we could do with interrupting their flow of food, really, but... maybe we should go up here. Maybe we should go up here. Like, en masse. En masse. Let's start going up here and disrupting this. Let's start messing with them. They're still 700 ahead of us. How's everything going? All our stores are doing okay. We probably could do with upgrading our leaf one at some point. Let's just do that now, shall we? And now they are using this thoroughfare for a few things now. So, oh, no. Ah, bugger. Don't want that one or that one, do we? So what are they fighting? They're fighting a spider. That's not too bad. So what I might do is I might stick these two into the 3 and send the 3 up here just to fight. In fact, we'll group first. Oh, he's already got into a fight.
These leaves are contested. The leafcutters will generally not attack unless provoked, but today there's too much at stake. Only a strong show of force will deter the opposing colony.
So I want a little group of the 3s to get together, and then we're going to just run up there and harass their lines. Oh, they've already started a little bit. We've got a few. We've only got 4. Oh, but they're going up anyway. Okay. Oh, let's do it then. There's a few more up here, and let's go for it. What are you attacking? Oh, so that another praying mantis. Well, they're all up here now, so let's deal with this first. So that thing's going to destroy... Oh, it's disappeared. Okay. I see it's going to destroy our pipeline. Okay, they're doing okay.
The opposing leaf cutters have retreated from one of their harvesting sites.
That's good,
They
that's
may have been
good.
easily startled this time, but they'll soon be back.
So they might come down in force, but if we keep everyone down this side... Take care of that, put these into these. Is it worth keeping one separate? Dunno. So I might start sending the 2s up here just because the food's a bit closer. They're almost 1,000. It's very close to 1,000. Let's see how this tactic goes now we've disrupted their food a little bit. And they're going to come out in force. Hopefully they won't come all the way down. That's all we can really hope for, because if they do, we're pretty screwed. We can get our last one of those built, and then we need to start expanding this. This could be a problem, though. So let's just put these guys over here for now. And the 2 still have to go up there. That's me being silly. And let's carry on with this, but I suspect, yep, there are the 2 beetles. That's fine, though.
The larvae are distant relatives of the European devil's coach horse. Despite a few million years of separation, they share the same carnivorous appetite, razor-sharp pincers, and most importantly, a fearsome final form.
That's 1 down, that's 2 down. Let's start sending these guys back over here. And we can start looking at expanding their territory a bit. And we need to expand this one as well. So may as well do that now. Oh, there's no one in the 3s, that's fine. So it looks like they've given up on this bit over here. They're now 1,100 ahead. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Lots of this to get. What have we got going on over here?
Leafcutters aren't the only ants nearby.
That's just more of these, okay.
Colonies joust for territory. Odontomachus bowery trapjaws roam the clearing.
Let's turn their attack on so they actually deal with those.
Small packs for vulnerable
And the 2s, if these things over here would bugger off, I'd consider sending the 2s over here. Maybe when we start expanding that group a bit, well, that's what we did last time, wasn't it?
Their body weight in a single blow.
Oh, you're not getting anything. Oh, you stupid things. There's not much over there. It's a little... Oh, there's actually quite a lot there. Let's start sending the 2s over there, actually. May as well get that huge one whilst it's there. I thought they'd get that stuff as they walk past. Obviously, they don't go quite close enough to it to really consider it. Why do we have no leaf in stock at all? That's because I suppose they were doing nothing for a bit, wasn't it? And our refuse situation is getting out of hand a bit, isn't it? Not much we can upgrade, but we'll upgrade them whilst we can. And then we shall have to do a few more. In fact, we want to connect this down here, don't we? Oh, no, no, no. 2s go back over there. If I just upgrade as much as I can whilst they're down here. And then we might lose a few of them, but at least everything will be done.
The battle has begun.
With what? Some trap jaws again. That should be fine. We should be fine. Should be fine. Should be fine. How are we doing? We've caught up a little bit. We've caught up a little bit. We need to disrupt another one of their food lines over here, I think. We'll have a look at doing that soonish. Got lots of refuse now, which is good. There's a fair bit that needs to be moved away. Come on, Minims, do your work. Maybe we should look at doing what we did last time, which is at least speeding up these sort of brute areas where they always go through for that. They're not using that at all, look, which makes sense because that's definitely a shorter route. Almost, almost. How are we doing down here? There's a bit of food in there, not much left. So maybe I'll start sending the 2s up here. Maybe not quite yet. Let's at least get that one done, I suppose. And then I'll start sending them up here to deal with this. And then the 1s can go over here because they've got a bit of a bigger fighting for us, haven't they? How are we doing? 7 food is that? Right, 2s up here. 1s. Send them here to start, and I'll just have to keep an eye on them. And then we'll start just sending them en masse up here. Maybe we'll just select these as a separate force. And do what we did last time, and they can go to the top and take out... Let's just do that now. Why aren't we just doing that now? 1's there. You guys in the 3s. 3s come and group over here. And then we'll start expanding these guys. This harvester's going to be a problem, is he? No, we're okay. We're okay.
Night falls.
Oh, Lord.
Darkness, velvet worms
Really could have done without that, but okay. Okay.
From their hiding places. Any ant straying from the relative safety of the trail will likely meet with an unfortunate end.
Oh, this is all over the place at the moment, isn't it? Oh, this thing's tough as all anything, look.
An ant has fallen prey to a wandering harvestman. Its long, slender legs keep its vulnerable body elevated high above the leaf litter.
Yeah, this is fairly bad timing. I could have done with getting this before the end of this night.
Other predators.
They are now 1,300 ahead of us.
Needed to drive this striding nuisance away.
Partly because all of these guys are just doing nothing now. Just doing nothing. Right, okay, let's just assume they'll deal with that in due course.
Overwhelmed by the defensive leafcutter forces, the harvestman decides to make a swift exit.
Right, you guys just pile up here. And a few of you are probably quite low health, or not too bad.
The leafcutters have clashed to the northwest.
Right, let's, oh, I thought they got rid of them, obviously not, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, no, we definitely have, and there's still more coming down. Look, head back up, head back up. Might have buggered that up as well. Oh, so frustrating. Oh, another one of those. Come on, game. What are you doing to me? Oh. Right, nope, done. Done, start again. Oh, hour 15 have been recorded. I'm definitely going to cut some of that one out because that was just embarrassing. So we'll go and get this
young
out,
queen has
and we'll do that
successfully raised
first,
her
because it gives
first
these
daughters
a chance to
beneath
hatch a
the
few
leaf litter
more.
of the rainforest floor.
Then we'll
The
cut
nutritious
this
fungus she fed them
open.
as larvae is now dwindling. If they don't find food quickly, they will all starve. These rove beetle larvae are distant
Right, so we
relatives
definitely
of the
haven't gone down any
European
further than the...
Despite a few million years of separation, they share the same carnivorous appetite, razor-sharp pincers, and most importantly, a fearsome final form.
Right, so let's get that done. And dig out the outside. So that's not going to get any bigger. Right. That's more like it, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. But then we try to move it down to give us spacing. I suppose we can just do it off the side of that again. So we're going to put it there. We've decided. We're going to put it there. We're happy with there. Add them to the... Ooh. Ooh. In fact, we don't ever do that one first, because that's not where our refuse goes either. So let's do this. As we've started, let's do this one first.
The small scouting party of minor workers could lead any number of deadly jungle creatures back to their undefended queen. They will need time.
I thought some of these just
and
hatched. Did we not
luck
just
on their
watch some of them
side.
hatch? Must have made it up. Well, they'll be out
Workers have
soon.
located a patch of young seedlings. Just what they were looking for. The leaves are soft enough to be sliced up with ease and carried back to the nest.
So space, edge, space, edge. Yeah, so if we do it there,
Harvested leaf chunks are
to the
not
left
eaten
of that
directly.
one.
Instead, they are used by the very smallest minim workers to cultivate a nutritious fungus.
yeah, I think we're good with that. I think we're good with that. Let's get that refuse built, sunshine. Let's get that refuse built. Let's not worry about too much, because we can just go straight with the middle, can't we? But we do need more leaf store quite drastically, so let's get some of that down.
The ants' activities outside the nest have not gone unnoticed. They are being watched.
Okay. That's also going to leave space there, is it? Yeah, we're just going to split the edge again like we did last time. That's fine. Of course, we need more refuse. What am I playing at? Oh, so again, it's not the smoothest start I'd love it to be. The first time felt so good. It felt so good. And these next two attempts have just felt shot air. May as well get this last bit built over here, because we are going to need it soon enough. And then we are going to need some more refuse very soon as well. So let's just build 3 this side, shall we? In fact, we could probably get away with doing that, right? Let's do that. As long as we've got enough food to do it, we'll build some more down there whilst they're down there. Get one more perhaps before they disappear? Yeah. Just a little bit of buffer in terms of refuse. We do need to give this a shorter route in, but we have built the sort of the wrong one first, haven't we, like I said, but it'll do for the moment. 400 ahead of us straight away. Are they always that far ahead of us?
However, another
I don't think they
has
are.
already laid claim to them. The close proximity of these nests places the two colonies in direct competition with one another. Time will tell which has the potential to grow into a great
Oh, wrong one. That could have been
and
terrible.
which will submit to the unforgiving law of the Undergrowth.
Put it right on that big one. This will give us some more minims as well, which is nice as we get these going, because we need to get rid of this waste we have over here. And what we can do, what we did before, do that. Get a full 7 out there gathering. Almost 500 ahead of us. Ha 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 ha. Now, see, these are only going to deal with the inside stuff for the moment, but that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. So I'm just thinking where I'm going to put stuff over this side. If we put it there... No, because then that can't expand. So it'd have to go there. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's those done, so we can look at expanding this now.
Jumping spider,
We shall ignore that. We have left their attack on those, so we'll turn that off and we'll just move them over there.
Extreme agility with
and then down here,
allowing it to pounce on unsuspecting prey.
We shall build a bunch of refuse things and also upgrade a couple if we can as they go. To give us a nice boost to our refuse. And then do we have any food left? Not quite. That's fine. It'll come. It'll come. 600 ahead of us. Swap these guys over.
As the sun sets below the horizon, and the thick rainforest canopy shrouds all but the slightest glimmer of moonlight, the predators of the night begin to emerge.
We'll leave these all in one group for now. We'll turn off that attack when we do use it. We may as well get this expanded, because we're gonna need it. So right now things are looking okay. They're still about 600, 700 ahead of us. And there's still plenty of food out here, isn't there? Yeah, there's loads of food out here. That's not a problem. Just gotta hope that nothing comes too close to us. Particularly that guy, because that guy looks huge! Okay. Still about 700 ahead of us. That's not changing anytime soon by the look of it. Now, I wouldn't mind making this one first over here, I think. Because it's a little closer to the entrance, so the stuff that's in there will get out quicker. And we can expand that all the way, and we can get a nice little path straight down there as well. We can do that. That's what we'll do for that one. Oh, wrong button. So we have lots of ants going out there now. Almost 700 ahead of us. They just keep going, don't they? They just keep going. It's hilarious. Now this should give us a nice little boost. Just like 5 ants straight off the bat. And another one almost immediately. The minions are doing a good job of taking all the refuse away. Everything's being quite steady at the moment. This is looking okay. We're still relatively far behind, down to about 600-ish. We've almost built this first 18, or these 2 groups of 19, sorry. I thought I was going to go to 20 then. I sort of preemptively clicked it. So let's get this party started. And let's do this. So there are those first 19. So it won't be long until we got the first 80 food we need to get that first media down. How's the food situation over here? I have to keep an eye on it because there are a lot of ants over here. So what I think we might do is send the 2s over that way now. And then maybe there'll send the 1s up there when they're done over here, which isn't going to take long. Isn't going to take long. I say that. I think there actually might be a bit more food there than I think. Oh, there's actually a lot of food there. Yeah, fair enough. So we don't have to worry about that too much. Right. Let's get our first couple of medias down. We can start thinking a bit more about our speed tiles that we haven't really worried about yet either. Don't really want that one, I don't think, do I? Like I say, these ones are all sort of joint usage, so I don't mind upgrading those so much, or putting speed tiles down there. So that'll do for the speed tiles. We do need to worry about our refuse a little bit. Look, it's starting to creep up. Creepy, 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 creepy refuse. Worth doing. I suppose I could do that one. I don't know if it's worth maybe that one because I clip in that as well, but I think the rest are fine. And again, as these are creating these, we will upgrade them as they go. To again give us a nice healthy boost to our refuse store straight out the bat. If we can do a few of these as well, that's not too bad, is it? Pretty much doubled the capacity of it, hasn't it? That's not bad. There's a few more. We'll may as well do them while we're there. And that one, why not? And then we'll leave that. There's going to be a few more which pop up, but let's not worry about that too much. How are we doing? Food there still, but not much. Food there still a bit more. So the ones we will start heading over here shortly then, won't we? Particularly because they've got the medias now as well. And we need to start thinking about where we're going to put our second lot over here somewhere. Maybe like there. And I'll have a direct connection down to there. And that'll be connected that way? I think that way. So that's basically done. So let's start getting that going. The ones are done there. So let's start heading over in this direction. The twos are doing okay. The twos, I was going to say they'll go to the middle, but not until day breaks at the very least. Oh, yeah, no, forgot about that. Let's just send the ones down here.
There are intruders in the nest.
And turn their attack on.
An ant has fallen prey to a wandering harvestman. Its long, slender legs keep its vulnerable body elevated high above the...
Back over there, ones.
And when threatened, it can release strong-smelling odors to deter other predators. A stern response will be needed to drive this striding nuisance away.
May as well do that, had we? May as well. I feel like that we may as well. May as well. May as well.
Daybreak has arrived.
Okay,
the
awesome.
Creatures of the night scurried back to the dark crevices of the undergrowth. For the ants, however, the objectives of the day remain unchanged. Locate vegetation, defend supply lines, and process leaves. There is no time for rest.
How are we doing here? We're basically out over here, are we? Okay, so you guys can head up and... Oh. No, you can't. You guys are going to head over here. Hoping that, yeah, some of the big ones are going to start arriving and dealing with this guy a little bit. Do I have to make an effort to deal with this guy? I think I might. He's been a bit of a pain. What are we dealing with over here? Oh, another one. Okay. This one's disappeared now.
The ants has fallen prey to a young leaf mimic praying mantis.
Same situation over here, though, isn't it? Okay.
Razor-clad forelegs can ensnare and impale.
If we just hold everyone back briefly, we've got a bit of a group. At least we've got a bit of a chance then of taking care of him. So we haven't got many medias in this group yet, have we? How are we doing? 600 behind, which isn't terrible. So what I might do is I might do this. Turn off their food gathering and get the medias over there dealing with that. Are these dealing with this thing? They are. But not enough of them got in a group anywhere near. He's just absolutely mincing them. Oh my god, no. No, you're supposed to be going up there. Ah. And no one's bringing any leaves in because all the leaf stores are bloody miles away, so we haven't got any food. We're going to start dropping behind. We are dropping behind really rapidly. Obviously, there's now 2 things up there. What if you just go there too? Just deal with this thing and hopefully you won't come down again. That's the dream.
These leaves are contested. The leafcutters will generally not attack unless provoked, but today there's too much at stake. Only a strong show of force will deter the opposing colony.
Why are these guys walking back with nothing? Where are you guys? I know that they get bored and wander off if they have nothing to do, but if I tell them to defend something, defend something. Ha. So we might have a lot of leaf coming in, which is great. But I do feel like we've probably dropped too far behind. We're 1,000 behind again. 1,000 behind. Oh, this level is so frustrating. So frustrating. I don't tell me that's night coming in. Because I can't deal with night coming in right now. I just haven't got the capabilities.
Leafcutters aren't the only ants nearby. Whilst the 2 atta colonies joust for territory.
Come on! I might have to drop this down too easy.
Roam the clearing. They can be
I haven't done anything else on easy, but I can't keep
invertebrates
failing like this.
They use snapping jaws to bludgeon their targets, exerting 300 times their body weight in a single blow.
Well, that thing's gone at least. That's something. We are a full 1,000 behind still. Not ideal, I hear you say. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So maybe we need to add both of these to a group of 3. Send the 3s over here. When we've got a few of them actually there, we'll go in and disrupt their lines, I think. So this is going to slow down our leaf gathering a little bit, but also, hopefully, once we actually disrupt them, slow them down as well. Let's get that one done, and then we can look at extending this one out. So far there's 1. That's great. 1's great. There's 3. There's 1 walking away. There's another 2 coming. That's 5. 5 might have to do. And I hope and assume there are more on the way. Yes. Right, 3s. Off you go. Go and do something. What is this now? More trap jaws holding up our medias, of course, so they can't go and disrupt stuff up here.
To the northwest.
And these guys are absolutely destroying everything that comes up, aren't they? Of course they are. Of course they are. Am I just being really unlucky here? I know there's a little bit of stupidity to go with it, but is it just also just very unlucky in the sort of groupings of enemies that we're getting? Or is it just me being terrible? I really wanted to push back their defenses, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to. I need to deal with those trap jaws as well, because nothing's getting through at all, look. Oh, I think it might be okay, might be okay. Don't do that.
Opposing leaf cutters have retreated from one of their harvesting sites. They may have been easily startled this time, but they'll soon be back, and in greater numbers.
If we stay down the bottom, we should be okay. That's the theory, isn't it? And we seem to be largely free at the moment. But we are now 1,400 behind. Is it worth continuing when you're this far behind? That's a question and a half. Well, that's basically done, so we're going to start heading up there and dealing with this stupid spider. This is not, well, there's a little bit down here, there's not much. Maybe we should go for that first, but I always want to get this before the enemy does as well. That's the plan, because the enemy currently just has this down here and nothing else. So they are going to send out their little workforce, who hopefully don't come too far south, because otherwise we will be destroyed in an instant.
The battle has begun.
With this dude, right? Oh, another... Alright, 2's go to this middle bit. I can't be dealing with him right now. I just don't have enough medias to deal with another thing. More trap jaws, of course, because we haven't had enough of those already. Could do with a few more. Who are, of course, decimating my my medias. They heal up. They heal up at an extraordinary rate, actually.
The leaf cutters have clashed to the northwest.
Oh no. Okay, that's done. That's done. Oh. I'll have to wait for that to calm down a bit before we go back there. maybe now would be a good time. Is that our forces? That is our forces. Yeah, okay, go back there, forces. That's fine. Hopefully they won't send down as many things next time. Right, and the 3s can go back. In fact, the 3s I might just send like up here to clash. No. The 3s I might send up here just to clash, because they should be in a nice little group in the 3, shouldn't they? Oh my word, what is wrong with me? No, 1s go there. Just trying to move the 2s about a bit so they don't run out of food too quickly. That's a major disappearing. I'm just waiting because there are gonna be a few around very soon, so let's try and keep as many of them here as possible. Should be 12. We've got 7. Oh, we've got loads of food. Oh my word! I got so distracted with the fight.
Night falls, and under the cloak of darkness, velvet worms.
So we
bush
are
crickets, and harvest
miles
from their hiding
behind,
places.
like miles
Many ants
behind
straying
on
from
where
the
we were
relative
before.
safety of the
Oh no, there are
trail
2 majors.
will
No,
likely
3s,
lead
bugger
them,
off. Run. Run. Everyone run, in fact. Nope, it's too late, isn't it?
A Paracanthus varius bush cricket has spotted the ants.
No.
Its thorax and appendages
No.
are adorned with sharp protruding spikes.
Everyone go to the north.
60 degrees of protection.
We're done.
and
We're
turning
done
its
over that
substantial
side.
4 legs into a pair of deadly flails.
Oh, it's one of those
This
things. They're
devil
tough
will
as all
not
anything
easily
as
be
well.
deterred.
And there's a cricket up there that's super tough. Oh, there's a cricket in the middle as well. There are crickets everywhere. Of course, there bloody well are. Don't know if you can tell, and I don't know how much of this is going to make it into the video because I've already been going hour and 40, so I'm going to have to cut out a fair bit. But I'm getting really frustrated. I'm getting really frustrated with this. Right, they're going to come over this side next. We need to be over here. So let's send all of our 3s over here to deal with that. It's not another cricket, you know, it's one of those things. Might just have to hope nothing really
There are intruders in the nest.
You are freaking kidding me. Look at, I never had this in the first few attempts. Nothing like it. Unbelievable, seriously, what is going on? I know I had a bit of food, but I was deliberately not spending it in case that went really horribly wrong. I know there are a whole bunch of enemies over here, but there's some food over here, but there's not actually that much in terms of numbers. So I do really need to get at the top there, so I'm hoping we can just battle through... Nope, because they've ignored him. Battle through these enemies.
Overwhelmed by the defensive leafcutter forces, the harvestman decides
And then I
to
want
make a swift
the
exit.
meteors to take care of this cricket here. Is that one of mine? He's gone there. He's managed to get through all of that on his own, is he? Oh, guys, what's going on? I'm hoping just sheer numbers will just whittle him down. I mean, he's close, but he's then... Oh, it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. And I don't have any food. He's going to follow them all the way back to the nest. Oh, we got a few back. We got a few back. We had enough food to hatch some. Okay. Don't tell me that was another... No, we're okay. Right, let's just turn on their food gathering as is. What have we got down here? What's down here? Everyone should be in attack mode. We should be okay. Look at that. There's a huge force coming up there. There's a whole bunch of leaves going back to the nest. We are now 1600 behind. So we need to go for them. We need to stop them getting more leaves. But at night, with these stupid crickets and these stupid absolute tanks, that is surprisingly difficult to do. Now when these meteors get back there with all of these, that's going to be a huge boost to our leaf stores, I should say. Are the meteors affected by the speed tiles? I'm not convinced they are, you know. So we should have just an absolute monumental volume of leaf coming back in any moment now. The enemy's largely given up down here because they've devastated it. Well, there's a couple down there still. We might have to go back for that. But when morning comes, because I want to avoid these guys, really. We are going to have to. We're going to have to. There's like literally no choice in the matter. But if we just go with like all of these, turn off their food gathering, gather them together, go over there en masse, and then the enemy's only got that really, so we can just camp them here. I mean, it's tough because there's going to be a lot of mages coming out to defend it, but maybe that'll give us a shot. Maybe. 1700, 1800 behind. Oh, it's just... I just don't know. I honestly I'm just not too sure why I am being so horrible. I mean, the first attempt I think would have been, if it wasn't for that one spiny cricket, I think we would have been okay. But that one spiny cricket just completely devastated our attempts at getting anywhere near a victory.
Battle has begun.
So they've largely given up down here, so they're actually focusing up here now, look. So if we go up here and turn off the three's food gathering, in fact, if we just gather them down here, I wish they would stop immediately as soon as you said, but we're going to have to wait for those to go all the way back to the nest and come all the way back again.
The leafcutters have clashed northeast of the nest.
So we're going to have to stop them. There is no question that we can't really use our food to make anything at the moment. What do we have here? A few mages. There's all mages. There's a few arcs, but more mages than we have. There's also the possibility they're upgraded a bit. And we've got another one on the go. It's not looking too horrible, is it? But again, this is just, I mean, they're almost 2,000. I think it's basically done, isn't it? I think we've reached that stage again. We are basically done. So I'm just going to leave this entire force here just as a defense thing against ours. So we're going to cut off one of their leaf supplies, which doesn't matter too much. I think if they basically get everything in here, we're still screwed.
Over the treetops above, the diurnal jungle invertebrates emerge once again to replace their nighttime counterparts.
And there's a major. This is where it gets problems.
In their efforts.
We haven't actually disrupted their lines yet.
Harvest.
Why are you not getting involved in the fight, mate? Seriously, look at that. Look at that dude. Attack him.
Opposing leafcutters have been cleared from an area to the northeast. Harvesting operations can now continue.
But they can't, because they're going to come in absolute major force any moment now. Oh, that bloody thing as well. That one enemy following our little dude. There's another one. Let's get rid of him. We have to get rid of him as well. They are 2,000 ahead of us. It doesn't look like they're going to come out and disrupt us. So maybe if we send our 3s over here and disrupt this line as well, we might be okay. I mean, it's a risk. We are essentially relying on them stopping all food gathering, which seems pretty unlikely, doesn't it? What's this down here? What's a harvestman? Well, hopefully they'll see him on the way down anyway, won't they? Nope, they won't. And of course this won't actually kill him either, will it? It'll just annoy him and he'll drop a leg. Oh, there's another jumping spider back. Oh, why is their attack off? He's just going to pick them off one by one, and there's like nothing I can do about it, is there really? Because I have to... Oh, look at that. No. That's it. Again, it's failed again. Oh my god.
The leafcutters have clashed to the northwest.
Those trap jaws. They're absolutely devastating everything there. Oh.
The opposing Atta colony has retreated from one of its sites to the northwest, leaving unguarded foliage ripe for the picking.
Well, they're almost 3,000 ahead of us now, aren't they? So let's stop that there. Oh my word, I cannot believe this. I just don't understand why I'm so bad. Is it worth us even carrying on, or should we just go to easy mode? I don't want to drop to easy mode, but I just don't... Okay, let's carry on. Let's carry on.
This young queen has successfully raised her first daughters beneath the leaf litter of the rainforest floor. The nutritious fungus she fed them as larvae is now dwindling. If they don't find food quickly, they will all starve. The juicy grubs nearby are a staple meal for many underground opportunists. But for now at least...
Oh no, don't actually dig. I thought you'd go attacking.
This budding Atacephalotis leafcutter colony has only one viable source of food, and it must be collected above ground.
Let's get a few more of those to start, because we always struggle by not having enough in the first waves.
The small
I know there's no one in
party
it
of
yet.
minor workers could lead any number of deadly jungle creatures back to their undefended.
Definitely going to need more refuse. So let's do 3 refuse to start.
Luck on their side.
And then... Here? No, one more down, isn't it? Let's think. I think so. Might be too far, actually. But it's there now. That's where it's going to go. Wrong one? That would have been stupid. And I'm not going to put another one down because I'm going to need those things to hatch. Well, there's nothing to put eggs down at the moment, is there?
The workers have located a patch of young seedlings.
They moved out too fast.
Just what they were looking for. The leaves are soft.
I can't believe that these relatively tiny mistakes that I'm making are actually the cause of me failing. There must be just some basic strategy that I'm not following properly. Exactly what that is, I'm not 100% sure.
Leaf chunks are not eaten directly. Instead, they are used by the very smallest minim workers to cultivate a nutritious fungus.
Okay. Oh, there's an enemy over that side, so let's immediately move over here. And we'll try and build stuff as soon as we get to the appropriate level. That's what we'll try to do, at least. Let's expand this out straight away, because we're already starting to fill up a little bit.
The ants' activities outside the nest have not gone unnoticed.
I was going to build another one, but we do need to get some more refuse, really. So we'll do that as a matter of priority. Right, so expansion, space, expansion, and then expansion, space, expansion. If anything, it could go one up, couldn't it? But it doesn't. If it doesn't need to, let's not worry about it. Yeah. So that's definitely. Yeah, I think we're okay there. And we do, of course, need to... Oh, not there. Expand the size of that as well. Right, we've got our first 7 there now. So we also need to dig that out. And just watching our food, and as soon as we get a little bit more... Then, as soon as we've got an egg down there, I'll move these guys over. That's the minim that hatches straight away. That's what I kept seeing last time. Of course it is. So we've got an egg there, so let's move everyone outside to do leaf gathering. Oh, there's an enemy over that side. Everyone over this side.
The most accessible leaves are located to the north of the nest entrance. However, another atta colony has already laid claim to them. The
She's just following my ants along.
Nests places the 2 colonies.
There's another thing over there now as well. That...
Time will tell which has the potential to grow into a great empire, and which will submit to the unforgiving
Where's the
law
big one over
of
this
the
side? There it is. Let's move him over this side again and hope the spider doesn't follow us. Let's get these 7 leaf stores built as well. Okay, yeah, the spider stayed over there, so that's good. That's worked out okay. Opponent is over 400 ahead of us, of course. Right, okay. So far, not terrible. They're almost 500 ahead of us. I mean, they just have so many more numbers. I mean, they got like a major already. So they obviously start at a pretty massive advantage to you, don't they? Now, the worst thing is I'm pretty happy with the strategy. Getting the numbers out there. The only thing I struggle with is knights. Maybe I do need to get more medias faster. So we can now swap those two back over. Just because I like having the first 7 in the main chamber. Oh, I almost had enough food and then it just hatched. Oh, and again. And again. There we go. We're going to have to look at doing some more refuse soon. That's starting to pile up a little bit, isn't it? I wonder if we can get away with doing this side. Well, I'm assuming we can.
A brightly patterned jumping spider,
Oh, you take your eyes off for 1 second.
This expert solo hunter combines extreme agility with incredible forward vision, allowing it to pounce on unsuspecting prey with pinpoint accuracy.
$600 ahead of us.
As the sun sets below the horizon, and the thick rainforest canopy shrouds all but the slightest glimmer of moonlight, the predators of the night begin to emerge.
And then similar thing over here. Well, it's actually going to clip 2, isn't it? So it should have gone 1 higher. But we'll have to live with that. That's fine. So how are we doing? Still plenty of food over here? Yes. And even if I got a first group of 7 medias and sent them over, I'm not sure that... By the time I get them, I don't think I'd have enough to actually disrupt their chains. I'm going to start splitting these into 2 groups. I just have to try and keep an eye on them. And okay, right. So that's going to be the edge. Can't go there, so go 1 up. So it's going to go there. Connect there. And then go down here. Not that we're quite there yet, but we might as well be prepared, eh? 800 ahead of us now. Again, that first attempt, they didn't seem to get more than 500 ahead of us, and I don't know why we are struggling so much. Right, so that's 2 groups of 19 done. So let's do this. We'll let them get that chamber built first, and then we'll deal with the route to the refuse pile, which is doing okay. We might need to look at upgrade. There's a few spaces left, and we also could do just upgrading it as well, couldn't we? I don't know. I think they'll take the straight route there, actually, so I'll probably just get rid of that. It's not ideal, but it'll have to do. Right, our first minim's going down. Media even, not minim. Very different. And then over here... that's going to be our next media chamber. The 2s are getting fairly close to a massive huntsman, but he doesn't seem to be wanting to come up, so we'll just try and keep coming over here. So we'll see how this... 700 ahead of us. No, 800, sorry, my maths is terrible. They got 800 ahead of us. So maybe as soon as day comes, if we can actually get like more than 7 medias, we'll group them together and we'll go up there and we'll go like someone suggested, just go en masse. Just pile up there, send all of our people gathering food and send our medias just to attack straight away. I'm dreading attempting this on hard. Like, what does the difficulty change? Is it going to change like the starting point of their colony? Because if they start with more ants than they already do, how on earth have I got a chance in hell of beating them? Really don't know. Oh, come on then, that last little bit. There's our first 7 done. That's something. We've got some trap jaws coming down here who are going to be problematic. I know they've gone on past. Okay, let's add those back to that group. And over here, in fact... hopefully manage to get at least 1 or 2 come over for this. Yeah, these guys should come straight over, shouldn't they? Or didn't break into the chamber. Okay, in that case, just go back over there for now. Let's get our first couple of medias built. And also... do that. So our leaf stores were full, so we could look at upgrading these. At least a little bit, give us a bit of headroom. Those guys need to go over there. How are we doing? We're catching up a little bit. There's 700 ahead of us now. Okay, that's not feeling too bad. That's not feeling too bad. We are almost out of food over here, but then we do have this whole area here, and if daylight comes, that might be a fairly viable option. Does that literally say 7? Just be very careful of that, because that's not going to last at all. In fact, that's out as well. The 2s are out. There's some stuff down here. Okay, that's our first group there done. So now we need to look at extending these 2. Yeah, as predicted, they're kind of just absolutely smashing through this. We'll wait till a little group appears, in case we have to deal with like any of these or anything. But then I think we'll start sending them over here. Oh, it's a bloody cricket. I think we'll start sending them over here. That's where the 1s are going to go, and the 2s are going to go up here. Oh, what have we got? What have we got? What have we got? Oh, it's a huntsman. It's not great, but we might be okay. We send them over there a little bit.
Has arrived, and the creatures of the night scurry back to the dark crevices of the undergrowth. For the ants, however, the objectives of the day remain unchanged. Locate vegetation, defend supply lines, and process leaves.
What is this they're getting here?
Time for rest.
Was it this thing? Oh, okay, that's interesting. Didn't even know that was an option. That's interesting. So 2s are going to completely devastate this area in no
One of the ants has fallen prey to a young leaf mimic
time.
Antz. Once in range, its long razor-clad forelegs
Right, I've
can
messed this up. Where are they going? They're going over here.
Lightning speed.
Okay, so they got all of those. That's great. That thing's taken care of. But what we do need to do is get just like these guys over here. Wait till we got a few of those, a couple of those at least. We're still catching up. If we just catch up, we may not need to worry about disrupting their chains. Because when the 2s have got a few more medias, we'll look at going over here. The 1s will go over to this area here. There's a nice big one there as well, isn't there? It's a nice easy route there. It pretty much is, isn't there? Let's start sending the 2s up there then. Let's do that. Right, the 3s are gathering over here. So let's break through here and they can take care of these straight away.
These rove beetle larvae are distant relatives of the European devil's coach horse.
Right, they're done. Over there. Over you go.
Of separation, they share the same carnivorous appetite, razor-sharp pincers, and most importantly, a fearsome final form.
And what's happening here? What's this? It's just a spider. We should be okay with a spider. Now they're actually smashing this one, which is great, because then they can head over here. The 2s in the meantime can smash this one. Everyone's just... Oh my word, why is my refuse so high? No idea actually why it's so high. I mean, it's not full. And then we'll do, like we did before, just a mass round of upgrades. And that'll just really push that huge capacity up. And hopefully the minims just go crazy for doing stuff there. So the ones look like they're a bit bored. They are indeed. Let's start sending the ones right up the top. What is it that's up here? What's this thing? It's only a little speeder.
The ants must fight.
What are they fighting? Looks like a spider? Yeah, that's not too bad. I don't know why the minims are struggling to get the waste out so fast. Is it because I haven't got the speed tiles down? Doesn't feel like that should be this much of a problem. It doesn't look like it's going down pretty rapidly now, doesn't it?
Nearby.
More trap jaws? More trap jaws.
For territory, Odontomachus bowery trap jaws roam the clearing. They can be found hunting alone or in small packs for vulnerable invertebrates to take back to their nest. They use snapping jaws to bludgeon their targets, exerting 300 times.
We are 600 back now. We are going to have to look, I think, at going and disrupting them, particularly over here, I reckon. So let's go and do that. Let's, once they've dealt with this thing, which they haven't, I've just taken them away from it. Okay. It's a bit more of a problem, actually. It's a bit more of a problem. We're going to have to send them back over there. And let's not do all of them, because that's us being silly, I think, isn't it? Let's just do those 19. 19 should be enough, shouldn't it? 2s are doing okay. They are doing okay. The 1s, where are the 1s? Oh, they're just picking up the food that's been left behind. So these will be the 3s. We'll go disrupt this one. And then we'll pull them back. And I don't know how... There's no way into this from the bottom, is there? Oh, there is actually. Oh, I did not know that. How do you get there? That's pretty much a route direct. I didn't know you could get... I thought that was completely blocked off. That's interesting. Looks like this has become quite heavily contested all of a sudden. But no matter. Let's go do our thing. And if we can disrupt them there, we'll immediately pull them back.
These leaves are contested. The leafcutters will generally not attack unless provoked.
Because they are 800 ahead of us again.
Only a strong show of force will deter the opposing colony.
They're struggling a bit more than I thought they would. I guess they must be upgraded, the enemies' ones. Which obviously something isn't we haven't touched that at all.
The opposing leafcutters have retreated from one of their harvesting sites. They may have been easily startled this time, but they'll soon be back.
That's fine. They can come back, so we're not going to worry about it at all, mate. Not at all. The ones are doing okay. They're getting lots of stuff over here. That's good. And they still do have this one here, which I assume they'll go for soon. They are now 700. See, we were catching up quite nicely, I thought, but now look at them. Is there some more coming down here? Yeah, I might want to wait for all of them, because there's going to be quite a force there, particularly if the ones which have just left the nest, which are a massive attack. Which is a band, obviously. Right, let's do this. So the problem is all of these forces now come out and they immediately start harvesting.
The battle has begun.
And it hasn't really got much closer. We've gained like 100. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not useful in the slightest. And is there no way up this one from this end? Is there? Oh, there is actually. So they have left that middle bit, but they're going to come up here now and come into this middle bit. So let's just go straight up here. We can just... That's a bit more of a problem, actually.
A territorial dispute has arisen between the Atom colonies.
Oh, it's a major. Now, I do have a fair bit of food, but I've been, again, quite hesitant to spend anything in case it causes many problems. But we are at that point. Where is a good place to put the majors? I don't really have a good place, do I? Over here, I guess. Which isn't ideal, but it will do. Well, they're getting involved in all sorts of little disputes, aren't they? I don't think they're going to win this one. Bet the twos are finished down there, haven't they? Yep, they've been finished for a while. Okay, we'll just add the threes to here for now. Obviously that didn't work too well. And in the meantime, we should get some majors together then. And if we can get a little fighting force with some majors in it, we should be okay.
Night falls, and under the cloak of darkness,
night's the problem. Now there's going to be crickets all over the place.
From their hiding places. Any ants
all over the place.
The safety of the trail will likely meet with an unfortunate end.
That's us. Hello. So we've actually got some majors this time, which is possibly a very good thing, but we are also, like I say,
with muscle to power its crushing jaws. Few stand against
700 behind, which is massive.
This champion warrior will make a fine addition to the colony.
There's nothing we can really do to join him to the refuse trail either. I don't know where else I could have really put him. Maybe one over here. Oh, yeah. We could put one there, I suppose, couldn't we? Maybe we'll do that if we actually manage to get a full 7 of these together.
A Paracanthus varius bush cricket has spotted the ants. Its thorax and appendages are adorned with sharp protruding spikes, offering 360 degrees of protection and turning its substantial forelegs into a pair of deadly flails. This spiny devil...
500 behind. We're kind of catching up, but there are also lots of things along here, look.
An ant has fallen prey to a wandering harvestman. Its long, slender legs keep its vulnerable body elevated high above the leaf litter, and when threatened, it can release strong-smelling odors to deter other predators. A stern response will be needed to drive this striding nuisance away.
I mean to come down here and deal with whatever this is, which you already have actually. Okay, so let's just stick these back in this group for now.
Overwhelmed by the defensive leafcutter forces, the harvestman decides to make a swift exit.
That's fine. The ones are just kind of hanging around. Have they ran out of food up that side? They have. That's fine, because there should be a couple of big old plants down here. So you guys head down here. We're having this problem again, aren't we, where they get distracted and they all drop their leaves. And they're 900 ahead of us again. Oh my word. I can't even really go on the attack because I've not got the food to sustain it. I know there's no one in that group. Yeah, I know there's no one in that group. They're 1,000 ahead of us. How come they don't get massively attacked in the middle of the night? Why is it just us? I'm trying to leave these all in this group so they can actually get some leaves back to the base because we've got nothing coming in at the moment. Those some trout jaws as well. Of course it is. Of course it is. 2 hours, 20 minutes I've been recording, just so you know. Oh, what's this close to the base? Okay, it's not a cricket, that's fine. So I think I'm going to have to do this. We're going to take care of these trapjaws, and we're going to have to go up and disrupt the enemies again, because they are rushing ahead of us again, aren't they? There's plenty of food for us there at the moment. We're okay with that. So the threes come and group down here. And then we're going to shoot up here. And then, whew. Yeah, then I might camp the threes like here and bring the people in to harvest the leaves down here. Or bring one group of them at least, maybe the ones, and leave the twos down this side. Got a bit of food now, but I suppose we've got a fair chunk, so let's get another major. In fact, no, sod it, let's get 2. Sod it! Sod it! So the threes, we've got a few of them, we've got a few majors there, so let's go a storming. I want them to be right there. In fact, no, let's go this way.
Must defend themselves.
Oh, against what? Oh, it's trapjaws. They should be okay because they've got a major there and plenty of medias as well. Right. 800 ahead of us at this point. This should go quite well, you'd have thought.
The leafcutters have secured a vital harvesting site from their opponents.
I want to bring the ones in down here and start harvesting this. The threes I'm just going to leave there, which is, I know it's a bit of a waste. But they're going to send a response out in a minute because they're going to be quite desperate. 900 ahead of us now. And I'd love to go around and disrupt those, but by the time we get there in the night, I think we'll have lost so much. So many people have died in the route over there. Is this their force coming out? It looks like it could be. Oh my word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 mages. And how many have I actually got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 intermediates. Should have... Well, I think that's 5.
The Antz will fight to the death.
And they've lost this fight, haven't they? They've lost it. I've wasted a lot of food on this fight because there's no way they're going to win. Okay, ones head back down here. Because that's not going to work, my friends. It's not going to work. You got a little bit. You got a little bit. You did okay. Let's get those out of that group before they go running up there again.
Has arisen between
which I think is exactly what's happened. How far down are they coming? Just because they're still going up. Stop going up there. I've given you a new destination. Stop sacrificing yourselves for the greater good. Okay, well, food's doing okay, so let's get some more mages down. If they come and attack our lines, we are utterly screwed.
As the sun rises over the treetops above, the diurnal jungle invertebrates emerge once again to replace their nighttime counterparts.
I think we're okay. They don't seem to be.
Fast in their efforts.
Oh no, they totally are. They totally are. We are utterly screwed. We are utterly screwed here. Okay, everyone. I mean, there's just no other massive food source around. This is the problem. It's over there, isn't it? Oh, I just don't know what to do. I 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 guess just go there for now and we'll worry about it in a second. Oh. And we're out of food. And we're going to absolutely devastate this bit in absolutely no time. Alright, let's get a force together again. Even though there's nothing up there, we need to go up there just to... just to disrupt them. But there's nothing to disrupt. There's no food. Oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I mean, it's closer than it's been, I suppose. We're only 600 away. But it is far from ideal. Far from ideal. I might even... No, because they've gone up there now. Let's know. We're going to go up here, guys. We're going to go up here. We're going to go and disrupt this food chain, and I hope that's enough to just stave them off, because we are now 500-600 behind, because we've disrupted all their food lines. We've made a pretty massive impact. So this little marching army of mages, swiftly to be backed up by some medias. And there's a couple of big plants. Can we get to these from... If we told them to go there, what route would they take? Down here, I suppose. That's not bad. They should have gone for that, though. Whatever, okay. The ones ran out of food, they have. There's a little bit over here once. There's also some down here. Go down there, quick, sharpish, if you don't mind. Threes head over here. We are only 400 behind. Okay, everyone run away, run away, run away, run away. In fact, come down here and get rid of these things, because these are massacring us. Twos, stay back. Threes here. Dude, come down here. What is wrong with you? Right. Everyone come over here. You guys get harvesting. Get harvesting. Carry some food back. We're only 300 behind. This could be a very tight victory. I'm not going to hold out too much hope, but there's these two big plants. Well, there's 4 big plants down there, actually. So that's my plan at this point. We can get these other 2 majors built. We've absolutely devastated that. We're only 200 behind. When this lot of leaf comes in, ones are struggling, aren't they? So you can go back up there ones. As soon as they seem to have abandoned it. And then the ones can go there. In fact, after they've done that first bit, I might send them there. Because we could do with some quick food at this point. That's almost out already. Look, we've absolutely devastated that. But that's good. Because there's a good amount of food. There's like 400 food there. And we've absolutely cheesed it. So if we now tell them to go up here... Oh my word, the enemy's there. Of course they are. Oh, they're there on force. They've won. They have won. Unfortunately, I think it is as simple as that at this stage. All of that they've just managed to gather has completely won them the game.
The battle has begun.
We're only 100 behind. We're bringing in a good deal of food, but they're bringing a good deal more. Do have a fair bit of food. What I might do is upgrade some of these. I know we're not going to get their massive bonus, but what we are going to get... Oh, they're so close, but we're so close. Do I just tell them to gather the food and run? Yep, let's do it. I don't think we're going to stop them. Because they're going in all different directions now. Look, they've sort of abandoned this, I think, because we're here. It's so close. Oh, I need to disrupt their lines, but they're the opposite side of the map. It's so frustrating. All I can hope is that the food we get from this and this close food source here counteracts what they're doing here. Because these guys are just milling around doing nothing. They haven't figured out there's nothing there yet. Well, the ones have devastated that. They need to go over here. You guys head over here. We're only 100 behind. So the ones are going to devastate this in no time, but that's fine. That's what they need to do. And then there's a little bit down there, so we'll head over there. Oh, we are so close. Oh, I am on the edge of my seat, people. Like, seriously. We've got lots of food. So let's upgrade these in case we do need to get into a fight. The ones have devastated that, so let's send them down here. We're ahead of them. Oh my god, we're ahead of them. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to bloody well do it, people. 2 hours, 34 minutes, and come on. Come on. Is it going to get to 35? No. 2 hours, 34 minutes, 40 seconds. Oh my word, that couldn't have been much closer, could it?
Dominion over the clearing. As the competition withers, they will extend their territory in
oh
all
lordy! Oh wow! Wow! Okay.
This colony will number in the millions.
Okay. That was so tough. Like, if I didn't make it there, I was going to go to easy mode. There was like no question on it. I can't believe we made that. I think so much of that does rely. Like, we hardly had many crickets there. Until we sort of got quite powerful in that towards the second half of that second night, there weren't that many crickets. But the other attempts we had, where we had just like cricket after cricket after cricket. Oh, Oh my word, the relief is palpable at this stage. I have no idea how I'm going to cut this down. Because, blimey, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to work on there, and I got to cut down. I don't like cutting too much out though. So do I just cut out the middle 2 attempts? Because that was what, 3, 4 attempts? I'm not even sure. I might just show you the beginning and the end of each one perhaps, and just see how it goes from there. Right, let's very quickly, whilst we're here, just upgrade a bunch of this food store. We don't have enough food to do that. That's fine, because you can now go out there and get some food. Okay, so we're going to put a save in. Save Formicarium. And that means that next time, or so next time what we'll do then is we will upgrade our ants and we will build our Formicarium. So it might be a fairly short video next time, so I think I might just do that. And then the video after that we'll do the challenge. But what I don't want to do is what are you getting into a fight with? Is it just grubs? It is just grubs. Yeah, I think a shorter video could be appreciated, mainly by me, because like I say, 2 hours 36 minutes now. It's been a long old recording this one. This might be one of my longest recording sessions outside of like the multiplayer games I've done with Indy and Andy and the such like. I know no one's going to upgrade that yet, but at least that's there for when they do it. So yes, so what we need to know is your guys' opinions on what we do here. So we've got the Queen's Royal Decree. I like that one. Eggs instantly hatch. Eggs will hatch for free for 20 seconds. Or Royal Guard. 14 incredibly powerful Royal Guard. Empty nurseries will receive eggs that all hatch. Well, I think it's Royal Guard, isn't it? But yeah, let me know. I'm not going to go through all of these because, like I say, it's been a long recording. But let me know what you think I should do in terms of upgrades here. If there are a relatively large number of responses and it isn't clear, I will do like a little tally to make sure that the correct one does win. And obviously we need to do this one as well. So let me know what you think of these over here and what I should go for. And then next time we will build up our Formicarium. We will harvest all of this delicious food. We will, yeah, try and build a sensible Formicarium. I don't know. I'm assuming these aren't going to grow fungus or have minims in the Formicarium, because why would they? Why would they? Awesome. Right then. Oops. So I hope you've enjoyed the eventual victory of the harvest. If you have enjoyed it, please do click the like button. It's really appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Do leave your questions and comments down below. I do love your comments. I am struggling a little bit to keep up with them because there are so many that are popping up on the Empires of the Undergrowth videos at the moment, but do leave them. I will get to them as soon as I can, even if it is almost a video behind. And I do read them obviously before I do the next video, even if I don't respond. So anything you do put there, I do look at and do consider. So I do really appreciate your guys' help. I really do. And again, a massive thank you to the new subs and the commenters and the likers and all that stuff. Really is appreciated. Don't forget, I do stream every Wednesday at 6 PM. I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey at the moment. At the very tail end of that, so if you've not played it, maybe don't come along, because it is going to be, it's the second DLC bunch. The I don't know what they called it, so I think it's called the Ancients thing. So hopefully that's not too spoilerish. So yeah, so if you have played or if you're not too bothered about the story, then come along and say hello. It'd be wonderful to see you. That's likely going to finish fairly soon, I'd have thought, because I don't think there's much left of that. Maybe 1 or 2 more streams, and then we'll be moving on to Monster Hunter World. So hopefully that'll get a few of you there as well. Otherwise, I will see you next time in Empires of the Undergrowth, where I will be doing the Formicarium building, and followed by the Formicarium challenge the next video, of course. Looking forward to that. As always, thank you so very, very much for joining me.